Hello, welcome to the Roundtable for July. I can't believe it's July already. So we have a lot to talk about today. We have some really cool updates happening here at Roll20. We have some really cool people hanging out with us today too. So they're going to introduce themselves, and I'm going to make them talk about what they're doing and all sorts of really cool things, because again, they have some really cool stuff that they're working on. And then we're going to go through some pre-submitted questions we got. We'll go through updates that are happening here. There's some really cool stuff happening. Starting tomorrow. And then please start asking your chat questions. So just make sure you do a big all caps question with your questions. That way, I think Katie May is the one grabbing them, or Annalyn. But one of our staff is going to grab those and drop those at us so we can answer those after. So let's start off with, I'm Bunny, I'm the community manager. Whatever, I've been here, it's cool. Jose, you have not been here before. Why don't you tell everybody what you do and a bit about yourself and some of the cool stuff you've been up to.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jose Arteaga. I'm our Director of People and Inclusion at Roll20. I've been here for a hot second. They joined in November. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm just super excited to be a part of Roll20. I've been a fan for a long time, but then Director of People and Inclusion, what does that mean? It's a lot of the traditional HR hats that you might think of. I've been busy recruiting since I got here. I think now we're just over 60 people, every day a name that we don't recognize, but excited to have. I think since I joined in November, we've added something like 25 people, and it's amazing growth. I don't know. We're actively looking for an analyst, adding people to our content conversion team and our sheet developer team. So those are the hot things right now. But I don't know, what else can I talk about here? Inclusion stuff, right? the other and in my title. So some great work happening on the inside too. We've spent internally 6 months now engaged with a really great consulting team that, they prefer I don't disclose who they are, so I don't. But I think everyone in Roll20 has been really appreciative of the work that's been happening there, and we've got some great guidance on things we can do to improve diversity, equity, inclusion, just within our workplace, but also across the work that we do in tabletop gaming.
Is there anything in particular? So say people want to apply to those jobs you mentioned. Is there anything particular, anywhere in particular that should go? Anything that they should really kind of focus on for skill sets that we're looking for?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, we should probably drop the link in there, but it's apply.workable.com/roll20. We should probably have a link on roll20.net, right? But we also post on Diversify Tech, great website that focuses on sharing opportunities for tech workers, especially people who come from Black, Latinx, and other historically excluded identities. You'll more often than not see our jobs posted there. Follow us on LinkedIn if that's your thing. Maybe our jobs usually circulate around there as well. They're definitely not hard to find, which is what keeps me busy. I feel like we post one thing and we get tons of interest, which is also super exciting. Getting to interview people who really want to work here is great. So
you've also been doing a great job updating our LinkedIn more. I feel like it's gotten a lot more active in terms of sharing other cool stuff across the tabletop industry and community. I feel like because you're the one who's been driving a lot of that. Also has a very shiny new banner right now. But
I think it's been cool. I mean, I think tabletop has expanded its sphere of influence in a way, right? And I think especially over the past year, the professional sphere has overlapped and have found a love for tabletop gaming, and I think that's part of it. And I think also, people are starting to see Roll20 as yes, it's fun, it's gaming, but I think we have a really cool workplace. And I think people are realizing now that when they're looking for places to work, I don't know, who's still working from home and got sent home and is terrified about going back to work in an office, or thinking wow, here's all these companies looking for who can hire remotely. Well, Roll20's been that remote workplace since 2012, and it's kind of given us a buzz, right? So people are looking for us through that lens, not just a place to play, but maybe a place to work. So
awesome. Thanks, Jose. So Sam, we have you here, and why don't you tell a little bit about what exactly you do and what you've been getting up to?
Well, so yeah, my name's Sam Quarter. My title is not as long as Jose's. It's just a mobile developer. So I work on the mobile app, the new mobile app, I should say, not the old one that we retired last year. It's Android and iOS app, and it's all like native code, not like a wrapped web view like the old one was. So it'd be
no, you can't keep going. What's the difference? What's the difference?
A lot better user experience, let's put it that way. Whether it's faster or it just works better in general. But you'll find me, I'm like the anti-web guy.
Wait, what do you mean by anti-web? What is?
I would rather use an app than a browser.
Okay, cool. So you're like anti like desktop or?
Oh, anything. So like for Slack, right? I don't use the website. I use the app that they have, even though it is kind of a wrapped web view and stuff, but which is probably a little bit too technical.
That's cool. I mean, probably, but still cool.
Sorry for diving into tech like that.
There is a recent update. I saw there's a recent update on test flight for the app. Was there anything in particular updated recently, or?
So that's just right now, just an internal test flight release. But we are working on, Bunny. We are working on bringing out a new release of the beta shortly. That's not going to happen this week or next, but shortly after that. And it does have a little bit of updated UI things and some additional character sheet infrastructure things to help us support the character sheet development better.
Is there anything particular that you can talk about that you are very excited to get implemented for the app?
Oh, right now? So like, I don't want to steal anything away from what we're going to talk about later, but a lot of the dice mechanics that we're bringing out in the app is exciting to me.
Cool. Thanks, Sam. I'm excited. I love the app. It's just so pretty. So, and Jelisa, one of my favorite people at Roll20. So talk about working at Roll20 being good. Jelisa is one of the people that makes working here very good. Jelisa, who are you? What do you do?
I am Jelisa Varnado, and I am the marketing manager here at Roll20. I have been around for a little over 2 years now, but I just hide from the camera, so that's why you probably haven't seen me. A large part of my job is as a member of the content team, I do a lot of the marketing for all of our products. And one of my newest tasks that I've been taking up is spearheading all of our partner marketing. So working closely with publishers and working closer with some of our creators and just making sure that we are giving all the products all the love. And that's a big part of my job now. So that's me, the very short version.
Well, what other sorts of things have you gotten up to? Because content's been slightly busy. Like, is there any particular product that you personally plug something that you personally like really love having seen and stuff? Something that you personally.
I have 2 favorites. Can I cheat and do 2, or do I have to pick one?
I'll allow it. I mean, I'm also going to bring it to the publishers to be like, look, Jelisa, like. Yes, go ahead.
I would have to say 2 of my favorites that have recently dropped is one, the safety tools that just came out from Evil Hat. I was really, really proud of the response that we had on that. And it was a great project to just work on and get out there. And Evil Hat did such a great job of putting that all together, and it was really thoughtful. And so it's definitely one of my favorites, and it's something that's been needed. So it was really, really fun to put that out and see it do well. In addition to that, my other favorite is something that was just released on the marketplace called the Fae Fair. And if anybody follows me on Twitter, I did lots of tweeting about the Fae Fair. And it's just this adorable 5e adventure about going to the fair. And it's from RPG Tunes and I cannot remember the other person that contributed to it, but it's such a cute little project, and it looks so great on the VTT, and we got a chance to play it in staff game right after marketing it. So I enjoyed that. It was a nice little break in my day to actually get a chance to play that and experience it. So those are my two favorites right now.
Fae Fair is really cute. The safety tools is just so cool. In case I know Katie may drop the link, thank you. But yeah, we did add the Burn Bright safety deck is for all new games, that's automatically in there. So if you want to use it, you want to use the stoplight system, it's in there. If you don't, you can ignore it. And then the fact that Evil Hat has the script change available for anyone who wants to add it in for free is huge. So basically you have two very easy different safety tools that you can build in for your games if you want. It's so good, especially if you're playing people you don't know. And honestly, personally, you should probably try using it with people you do know, because you'd be surprised to find out what people have been not okay with or okay with. But that's my soapbox on that. So great. So yeah, please ask those questions. I know we've grabbed at least one so far, but please keep asking. Yeah, let's get into some recent updates. So to go along with Jose and what his job has been here, and will continue to be here. I'm not sure why I said that way. Sorry. We are still raising money for Code 2040. So we are at over 31,000. We're matching up to 50,000. So we're getting pretty close to community raising a ton of money for a group that is focusing on racial equity in tech. So heck yes, if you wish, please help us get there. There's some cool token packs and stuff too that you can always grab that are exclusive to donating to Tiltify, actually. They're really pretty token packs too. But yeah, there is the 2021 Proform thread has kind of some of the latest roadmap things. That's always a good place to kind of go and check out what's happening. It is for pro subscribers only. This is one reason we do the roundtables, so anybody can have access to what's going on. But yeah, we have a bunch of updates. Jelisa, are you ready to talk more about all of the things content's been up to?
Jelisa, sure.
I suppose I can talk a little more. Yeah, so content has been very, very busy. I have been very, very busy with all of the bountiful amount of releases that we've had in the past month. So the most recent thing that we have put out is the latest Roll20 Reserve. So that is the dynamic keep by Mr. Valor. It features 6 dynamically lit maps for your party to explore. Aren't you interested? So if you are a pro subscriber, be sure to go ahead and claim your reward for this month. It is out now and the maps are amazing.
It is. Did you see there's like lanterns, Josh included lanterns that are already lit, so you can grab them as character tokens and like put them on anything.
Yeah. Super cool. Yeah, for sure. So that's the latest. But in terms of releases, we have a lot. So we recently released Mothership RPG from Tuesday Night Games. We have also released Call of Cthulhu's Malleus Monstrorum, which is from Chaosium. The Starfinder Galaxy Exploration Manual from Kaizo. That just came out yesterday, in addition to the Pathfinder 2 Lost Omens Mwangi Expanse. And then we also today just dropped the Dune RPG and the Dune GM Toolkit. I am very excited, from Modifius. So those are some of the things that we have been hard at work putting out for everybody to enjoy. I'm really excited about all of these releases. These are all such good things to be getting out onto the VTT. And as I did kind of mention already, safety tools are now supported on the VTT. And we have a in VTT card deck And we've got the safety tools add-on that comes from Evil Hat. So we have ours that's automatically in there by default. And then we have the add-on that is free from Evil Hat. In addition to that, I believe it was this past Tuesday, we have additional fonts that have been added to the VTT text drawing tool. We got more fonts.
They're so pretty. It's so good.
They are very, very nice. Yeah. It even includes a handful of some dyslexia-friendly fonts as well. So really excited about that. In addition, card decks, that was another thing that came out on Tuesday. Card decks can now support multiple card backs within a single deck. So that's another thing that content has dropped this week. And it's been busy. It's been a lot of stuff going on, but hopefully there's a ton of stuff out there for everybody to enjoy. So that's kind of the latest releases from content.
That's it. Not much. It's
yeah, just like two things.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. Sam and Jose, have you got the chance to look at the new fonts yet?
I have.
Do you have a favorite?
No.
Okay, fair. All right, fair. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I guess
lie,
I'd say Goblin One just because I like the name, but
I'm practically font blind, so it's really hard for me to tell the difference between different fonts.
That works though. That's
Yeah.
I mean, like, that works too, you know.
Yeah, but I will use them when they're the cool ones.
Well, that's good because yeah, in order to write the VTT, you need to have something. So yeah, that works out. We've got a lot of other stuff going on. You may have noticed talking about a summer camp. So starting tomorrow, Dynamic Lighting Unlocked summer camp is happening. So all users, all games will have access to dynamic lighting. So this means that this is like the perfect chance to try out what we're always talking about. There's been a lot of progress. There's like a lot of stuff going on for that anyway. But it's a really fun way to kind of spice up your game. I know a lot of people, I actually use it before the pandemic, I was using it in in-person games to freak my players out more. It's really fun to do that, even on a tabletop. But it's just, dynamic lighting is really fun. But the extra cool stuff that we have going on is we actually commissioned an adventure from DM Dave, who wrote an 80s slasher theme adventure that's a D&D 5e compatible. It's designed to be a one-shot, and it's an add-on, so like you can just add it into an existing game or start a new game with it. And some of the staff is going to be playing it Sunday night. It's going to be hysterical. So Gabe Hicks is running it. TK Johnson will be there. We have one of our QA people, Hales, who's been on the Roundtable before, will be there. Ian, one of our developers, who's also been on our Roundtable, will be there. Todd, one of our senior producers, so he's one of the people who helps get all the content onto Roll20, is going to be in it. It's going to be hysterical and ridiculous. For those of you who play D&D, not a single character has an int above 10. Most of them have below. So it's going to be very funny because they're very himbo, not smart. It's gonna be super funny. And after that, so that's Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific. They're going to run for about 3 hours. And then around 7:15 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be hanging out with Katie May and Corey, because the three of us have worked a lot on dynamic lighting and the event itself. So we'll be hanging out to kind of poke around, show off colored lights that are on the dev server that pros can access right now, and just kind of answer any questions people have, and just kind of, look at what's ahead for dynamic lighting. So we'll be doing that for a little bit. It's going to be super fun. But yeah, so for 10 days, so from tomorrow until July 19th, dynamic lighting is going to be unlocked. The adventure we commissioned from DM Dave is completely free for everyone. So you'll be able to claim it and play it forever. And then the other super cool thing we have for subscribers is we actually commissioned a lighting pack. So we worked with Moonlight Maps to get tokens for objects and for some spells that you can actually put as an add-on into your games and have tokens that you can drag out that are already lit for you. There's also a page where you can just copy paste from the page if you want to do that instead. And they're going to be available as an art pack, so you can actually just drag them out and customize lighting however you want. They are gorgeous. It's going to be really cool to have kind of ready-made lights at your disposal. So when you're making your games and doing dynamic lighting, you can be like, cool, this character has a torch, and grab the torch. Or like, say you're doing Call of Cthulhu, there's lanterns in there. There's a few different things that you can kind of play around with. Dancing lights, the dancing lights is adorable. It looks kind of like, for any of you who have played Legend of Zelda, it may look a little like some particular thing. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. But we have colored lights on dev, feathered shadows, which is actually also a bug fix for jagged lines, is on dev. So there's some really cool stuff on there. Also, huge shout out to Katie May, who was in chat. They just went through and did a ton of work on our help center for the documentation for dynamic lighting. So if you go to those pages, it is a lot clearer on how to actually use it, what it should look like. There's a checklist to kind of help you if you are trying to get in a game and trying to get dynamic lighting to work. The checklist is to go through and be like, wait, did I miss a step? That way, if your players are like, I can't see anything, it's like, that checklist can help you figure out did you just miss a step, or is there something going wrong? But the help center stuff looks so pretty. So huge shout out to Katie May, because awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. Colored lights. What would all of you use colored lights for in Roll20? Like, what kind of thing would you do with it? Any thoughts?
Blood red moons.
Ooh,
I like that.
Yeah,
Lunar eclipse. Yeah.
that is a good one.
that is good. Like, I should take a note. That sounds cool.
If the scene were taking place in the bedroom I had in high school, so lots of black lights, I guess, maybe.
Oh, that could be really cool though, because if you had a scene, like an investigative scene, and like you had the like various lights, but say a character's like, I'm going to turn on this lamp, and that lamp is like UV, and then you could have writing that was on the GM layer and move it down to the token, like the map layer, to be like, ooh, now writing shows up. That'd be so cool.
Things. Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm getting ideas. Now I need to go play a game after this.
Yeah, my
Jelisa,
players will find a way to break that.
That's fine. That's their job.
not break the lighting, but just a way around it, maybe.
Yeah, find a way to break the game. That's how it goes, right? Jelisa, any other thoughts of what you might use colored lighting for?
I don't know. I'm digging the eclipse idea. I don't know if I've got anything to top that.
Yeah, I feel like I need to tell Gabe that, because Gabe is super into the werewolf thing. So like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like discotheque. You know, throw out Crunchy Wizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disco.
Oh yeah. Disco. Oh geez. I mean, colored lighting, like, and if you do directional, you can actually one of our devs did directional lighting and put a bunch of tokens together, which made it a color wheel. Super cute. It was very fun. Our devs are super fun. Speaking of our devs, hey Sam, do you wanna update us on what's going on with mobile, where things are at?
Yeah, so the pro beta is still underway. If you're a pro user, you can download the app and check out what we've been doing with the 5th edition character sheet. It's a mobile optimized character sheet, so you don't have to worry about fitting a giant piece of paper into a little phone screen. So we've been working on that with the beta, and it won't be pro for very much longer. I can't give exact timeframes, but we're working really hard to open that beta up to everybody.
That is super exciting. I know some people that would be very happy about that. And you all have a product board, right, where people can kind of see what's in development and give feedback and stuff? Right?
We do. There's a button right in the app that will take you out to our product board website.
Awesome. Very cool. So next up, we have some updates for character sheets and Compendium.
Yeah. And I can speak for some of that. Where are my notes here? So test out custom role parsing on our dev server. If you're lost my spot in this, right? If you're in a game with complex dice mechanics such as passing or failing a test, sheet authors can now calculate the roll criteria for a success. Pros can check out the code breakdown on the pro forums. I hear that's a big deal, sheet authors. And while I am actively recruiting for some of you sheet authors, I know that it's that you all do amazing work. So I'm hoping this is a tool that keeps you cranking out more work. But yeah, check out the pro forum for more details on that. We're continuing to improve the user experience on the Roll20 Compendium, so look out for more optimization soon. So
the dice one has me very excited. There's a lot of things you can do with this new capability that previously you had to use an API script for. So
things like what?
Well, like so if you ever played anything like in the age system, so you know they have the drama die, which is you roll 3d6, but one of those is a special die, and now you can call that out in the character sheet rather than having to run a special API script for that. Works the same for other things like Vampire the Masquerade, their system 2d20, I believe it is. That has some mechanics that are really hard to express in the dice rolling syntax, and so you'll be able to do that. The character sheet authors can do that.
That's wicked cool. I have played around with that sheet and I took a screen cap and sent it to a friend being like, what does this mean? It looks so cool. No idea what it means. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, so I think those are a lot of the major updates. You can always head over to the changelog. We try to keep that updated on what's been happening, both kind of like back-end internal like updates and stuff, as well as stuff that you actually get to play around with, like cool quality of life things. Yeah, we still have live streams going, so please, oh my word, please tune in Sunday night at 4 p.m. Pacific, because it's going to be so funny to watch a bunch of the team.
I'm ready for Duck Norris. Duck Norris.
There's a Duck Norris. Actually, I think TK, I think the link for the game has all the character tokens. I made character tokens because I'm a total dweeb. And one of our team members put for the bio that the character for skin usually, for eyes yes, and for hair of course. So I gave that character a pompadour haircut because I was like, that's your revenge. Like, I don't know what that means. Duck Norris is probably the cutest because they look like a secretary bird. And then there's Bessie, who's a fighter who grew up as a farmer, and their best friend growing up was a cow who had the same name. You know, like you do. So it's going to be super ridiculous. There may be a character with a Crocodile Dundee hat because they're from down under. Yell at Ian for that one, please. That's the thing, is you all need to go just to like yell at them. But the cool thing about it is the stream itself is going to actually be from the player perspective. So you're not going to be able to see the GM layer or anything. You're going to be seeing it from the characters going around, not really being able to see much, which is, I'm sure, going to be super calm and chill for a kind of slasher experience, like horror film experience. I'm sure that'd be super chill. But yeah, we have the shows on the D&D channel on Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays they're going through Kindle Keep. Tuesdays it's a really cool homebrew improv. They're both really great shows. Monday is 1 p.m. Pacific and Tuesday is 7 p.m. Pacific. We have the Kids on Bike show, Trouble in Techburg, that just started up again on Thursdays on Pixel Circus's channel. That's at 8 a.m. Pacific. And then Sharif, the GM, is actually still doing his GM prep Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific. So it's honestly, it's a really good co-working stream. I've never seen Kids on Bikes used on Roll20 the way he uses it. Like, he makes full maps. Like, they have gorgeous little character tokens and stuff now. It's just really cool. They have a lot of cool stuff. And then we still have the Star Wars show that's going on Fridays at 1 p.m. Pacific. But yeah, anybody else we really want to shout out? I know that we got some cool marketplace or character sheet stuff. Jelisa, what do you think?
I mean, you know, with the summer camp starting tomorrow, there's all types of dynamic lighting goodies that you can peruse on the marketplace, and you can do that by filtering for items with dynamic lighting. So maybe worth trying out some new stuff while dynamic lighting is unlocked for the next 10 days, starting tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited. And then for character sheets, our sheet authors are continuing to astound us all the time. So new character sheets in the past month include Change Stars by Knock Phoenix, Aqua Blue by I'm gonna butcher this, Alien H, and Amarisso. Oh, I'm so bad. I apologize for the butchering. But yeah, so those are some of the new character sheets from the last month.
Yeah, and we'll be sharing images of those. They are gorgeous. We'll be sharing images of those, and kind of like we'll have a Twitter roundup thread that I'll make sure gets linked to with the VOD for this. But yeah, so I think at this point we can go to the pre-submitted questions, and then I know we have a couple of chat questions. Yeah, so hey, Jelisa, Katie wants to know what the status of Kaizo content is on Roll20. I think you're probably the best one to answer this.
I might be. I will give you all the information that I can give. So as I mentioned earlier on yesterday, July 7th, we released the latest Kaizo titles. So that's the Starfinder Galaxy Exploration Manual and Pathfinder 2 Lost Omens Mwangi Expands. So we'll be following up the Mwangi Expands release with a full suite of Lost Omens titles, at least 8 books at a time, which are all currently in production. But Lost Omens support is coming to Roll20, so that I can say. So to celebrate this, we're going to be working on the Strength of Thousands adventure path with a goal to release it alongside Kaizo when they put it out. So right now, this could be early August, but don't quote me. I'm throwing a loose timeline out there, but that's what we're thinking. In addition, some other upcoming Kaizo releases include Starfinder Junker's Delight, Starfinder Tech Revolution, Pathfinder 2 Secrets of Magic, Starfinder Liberation of Locust 1, Pathfinder 2 Guns and Gears, and Starfinder Galactic Magic. So, you know, those are some of the things that we've got cooking. And, you know, I know sometimes we get a lot of confusion on the roundtables with like what we're going to support, but we are partnered up with Kaizo to bring as much Kaizo content to the Roll20 marketplace as possible. So, you know, there's a lot of content that's coming out. It's a heavy volume. So we're always trying to, you know, basically prioritize what you, the users, want. And right now we're working on ways that you all can communicate that to us and communicate what you want to see. So stay tuned for updates on that, but we're cooking up some things to make it easier for you to tell us what you want to see. So
it amazes me how much Kaizo is able to crank out. Like, just oh my word, it's so cool, but it's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Jose, I'm gonna have you answer the next one because I feel like it's a good inclusion question. But will the translated German, Spanish, French modules and rule books from Wizards make their way into Roll20? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely something that we're investigating. Can't share too many details now, but yeah, definitely looking at how we might potentially support multilingual content across the board. But yeah, like I said, so I don't know. I guess I'm the HR hat, right? So sometimes I give answers that not everybody loves.
I know that there's some really cool, like, different language content, like not official content for a few different things. Like I've seen a lot, like there's a Spanish group that keeps doing a lot of cool, I think, Shadowrun stuff. I'd have to go look. But yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see the official stuff. So
I know we've got a lot of people working and talking about different ways you might approach it and kind of some phases to it. So hopefully we'll have some exciting news to talk about, but nothing right now.
Yeah, that's hopefully be cool. Is the mobile app? Now I'm being annoying. Is the mobile app probably gonna, if we can get multilingual working pretty well on the VTT and get that in on the main site, do you think mobile will be able to support it easily?
Yeah, right now we're only targeting English, but we will be targeting as many languages as we can support.
Cool, sweet. I'm glad that that's already in the. I know that for mobile, a lot of the conversation has been is building it in universal design, like building it inclusive from the beginning as much as we're able to, right?
Yeah, we've done a lot with the voiceover. So for vision impaired people, so you can navigate the app without even looking at your screen, basically.
Ooh, cool. I did not actually know that. That's wicked cool.
Yeah. And for people who have bad eyes, we also support like font enlargements. We honor your system's font size, and so you can blow that up really big and it won't look very bad. Like some apps really don't pay attention to that, and their layouts get really messed up. We've like every feature we develop, we make sure that we try it at all different font sizes and things.
That's so cool. That's so exciting. I should probably answer the next one since I'm on the team that's working on that. So I guess I'm going to ask it and then I'll answer it. So now that Gargamond, I hear you. Now that the dynamic lighting situation is settled, what new features stemming from dynamic lighting upgrade are you allowed to talk about? Yeah, so yeah, we've gotten lighting and vision separate. We've gotten the directional lighting and field of vision kind of separate. Explorer mode is now radius instead of grid cells. It looks so much nicer. Basically, we're using WebGL to canvas, which does mean that it actually doesn't work for some users with like older machines and older rigs. I know that. I don't know the exact thing for that, but I know that it can sometimes cause issues. But also for other people, it looks so much better. But yeah, right now on the depth server, we have colored lights. Oh no. We might lose captioning. Hopefully it'll last just long enough. But yeah, we have colored lights on the dev server, shadows with feathered edges on the dev server as well, because it's part of the jagged lines fix. But we're trying to just make the UI easier as well. We're actually working on like a place light tool that will be similar to the lighting pack where you can just kind of like place a light and stuff. We have a few different things that we're just working on, looking into. There's a lot of research going on and a lot of like prioritizing based on the suggestions forums of what people ask for most, as well as just what is possible now. We're probably gonna get a lot more answers on that. We'll probably be able to tease a little bit more Sunday night after the one shot, talk a little bit more about what's actually happening because Corey's there. Corey's so excited. Corey's the one who did a bulk of the work on the colored lights. And he has so many ideas of where to go next. So there's a lot of things that are unblocked now that we just need to kind of prioritize and figure out what's going to happen. So yeah, so hey, Sam, Adam S is asking about repeating fields, add and delete buttons do not show up in the mobile version. Is there a fix coming for this?
It's on our roadmap. So right now, most of what we're focusing on is read-only things. There is some editing capability in Sheets, but repeating fields are one of those things that's kind of a different beast that we have to do special things for. Repeating fields are like, if you look in like your D&D 5e sheet or something, anything that's multi-listed, like the attacks or your various traits and things, those are all called repeating fields. So we do have plans. It's not in our immediate roadmap though.
Cool. That's, I mean, still good to know. This one may also be more of a you question, but you know, Jose and Jelisa, feel free to chime in as well. So Andreas, this question is a little familiar, and I understand why it's important to you because you do awesome work. Could Roll20 release the source code for their mobile sheet and internal sheets so the community can learn from it and use custom version on them? I combined your questions.
Yeah, I think because we have stuff that's proprietary to like WotC, their IP and stuff in the character sheet that we can't release that code directly. But we are going to be thoroughly documenting everything about how to create your own mobile sheet.
Yeah, I know that that's something that I talked about with the kind of the product owners on the different teams of that's something that is important is of trying to get guidance of how to develop sheets for mobile, and as well as kind of better help for the VTT ones.
We're also working on a number of things to make just sheet development in general a lot easier and more capable.
Like that cool new custom parsing thingy.
That falls into it. Yeah, that's kind of in that same category.
Awesome. Cool. Let's go and look at chat questions. I think that was everything for pre-submitted. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So let's see. Is there any idea if there's a shopkeeper kind of thing coming to Roll20 games that DMs can set up and the player can buy from directly, maybe a note or character that player can drag items from to their own sheet? Apparently Keith Curtis said that there is a per script strings API script. That sounds really cool. Kind of want to go find that to make sure we can link that in chat. I mean, a reminder, anything that you suggest that you think is really cool, please put it in the suggestions form, because we do go through there, and that way we can figure out what you're looking for, what we can do. Sam, this is one you can answer. I heard you could pull in the character avatar. Will that work in the role templates?
I believe it will, because you can pretty much access any character attribute in a role template and then put it in any kind of format you want. So it should work. And if it doesn't, definitely post about it in the forums and we can get it in our
so what would that look like? Like how are you envisioning how that would come out?
I think if right now you can already post the role as a character, so I'm not 100% sure what it would look like, because you might end up seeing like your avatar next to your avatar.
That'd be kind of fun for like a doppelganger twinning spell or something.
Yeah.
Twin mode.
The next question we got is actually a Jelisa question, but that's for the end, which is pets. Jelisa has some of the cutest dogs, and at least one of them better cooperate. Otherwise, that's rude.
We'll see which one we can get.
Let's see. I think Sam, this is another one for you. Oh, look, all these questions for Sam. I feel like maybe Jose should
I'm good.
Jose should answer it instead.
Yeah,
right? That could be great. For mobile capable sheets, how will people recognize which sheets have mobile capabilities?
So we're working on a plan for that, to be able to signal that a sheet is mobile capable. That's still in early design phases. Really, right now, the main thing to make a sheet mobile is just to make it responsive. So you can kind of play at this already since we have the character sheet iframes, you can now size your character window to any arbitrary size you want, and then let it go. Use like CSS breakpoints and stuff to decide how to lay out the sheet based on how wide the window is, and then that'll work on mobile.
Yeah, in general too, right, just a reminder, we're hiring for character sheet developers to help with
why are we hiring for character sheet developers?
Oh, well, I mean, to do the character sheet work, right? And to help, I mean, we've already got a great sheet developer team. And so just adding more bandwidth to that. I mean, I think the character sheet ecosystem just continues to grow, and with mobile being whole nother access to that is you know, so much more for us to do. But I can read off the next question to be a participant in this wonderful roundtable. Right, so I don't know who asked this, but it must be me, but I usually pick my background before class, and since the background gives fixed proficiencies, would it be possible to place background before class in the character mancer? You know what, that's actually a great, you know, I decide that I'm a street urchin usually before I look at myself in the mirror and realize that I'm a halfling. But I like that suggestion, so.
I don't know. I mean, like I tend to go back and forth. I do character creation is like my favorite thing. I go back and forth with character mancer all the time. But yeah, that's an interesting thought, considering if you think about it, class, you know, you get your skill proficiencies from your class as well as from background. So like, I honestly would have to go through my DMG or my PHB and like see how it's set up, because I don't remember. I'm pretty sure the character mancer originally was set kind of based on that flow. Which don't tell Watsy, but I don't really like the flow of the PHB. Anyway, it's cool. I didn't say that. But that, I mean, honestly, I'd say if you have specific ideas about how you want the character mancer to work, please put it in suggestions form. And kind of like, because the more specific you can be about your flow and how it works, the more likely it is that other people will chime in. And I know that, I mean, I will speak for what my experience, but my experience with Roll20 is that they want to do what makes it best for the users. So that's my take on it. I don't know if anybody else has any other thoughts on character mancer stuff.
Yeah, Bunny, you should be worried that Mr. Hasbro's listening.
I actually have a friend who works at Hasbro. I'm right above Rhode Island. Like I'm pretty close to Hasbro headquarters. So yeah, I'll just talk really softly. Oh, it's actually her birthday today. Oops. Yeah. Let's see. Next we got can we have a field for the primal companion sheet for ranger level? That sounds really cool. That sounds like a suggestions form. Is there, Jelisa, I don't remember, is there an easy way, could that also be like a help center request for suggestions for like the marketplace? Because I feel like that's a content team decision or capability for like making different sheets for the NPCs.
I guess it could be a ticket. I mean, because we've got the wonderful Eve on our team that handles all those tickets for us. So I think that if something like that were to come through that avenue, it would definitely get back to us and we can kind of disseminate from there.
Eve is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Jelisa, speaking of, I'm going to ask you another question actually, because you have a lot of experience with Marketplace. And this is actually not Jelisa's debut in general. It's just the debut on the Roundtable because she was part of the Marketplace creator conversation for Roll20 Con last year. So, but yeah, so for Marketplace things, in other places, people can use sales to refresh previously released items. Can you speak to what Roll20 feels is doing in place of sales, or might be doing in the future for creators who want to keep themselves relevant?
So while historically Roll20 doesn't do sales in the marketplace, one thing that I think will help answer this question is a pet project that I have been just started working on with our new marketplace manager, Jamie, of building out a creator marketing kit. So this is like a collaboration project between Jamie and some of the other folks in marketing that we're hoping will contain some resources to help creators market themselves. And, maybe that could include bringing up some of their older content and, marketing it in creative ways and, letting folks know why it may be relevant or how it could be useful. So the details of what exactly will go in there are not yet fleshed out. We just started talks about that this week, but it's something we'll be working on in the coming months. And hopefully we'll have like some best practices in there and some resources that creators can use, like Roll20 assets for marketing themselves out on the internet. So I think rather than doing sales, we're going to try and offer up some tools to help empower creators to, you know, market themselves as well as having us market them. So I hope that answers the question.
I also know from talking to a number of people here, like there's a very unfortunate trend of like rushing to the bottom for prices. And it stinks because like you see people who put in so much work and have so much skill and talent, and you see them like slashing their prices, and it's like, your stuff is worth so much more than that. Like, please. I like the fact that I love that we're trying to do stuff to help it stay relevant. If you are a marketplace creator, I know the new marketplace manager just made a Discord, and it's very fun. I may or may not be kind of hanging out in there randomly, but this is one thing I'm excited for Dynamic Lighting Unlocked. I feel like I know she had reached out to the marketplace creators to be like, hey, this is happening. And for the theme of this event, I feel like it's a really good time for the creators to be like, hey, I have stuff already that fits this theme that uses dynamic lighting or like really fits with the whole like summer camp theme or whatever. And this is a great time to help to boost it, because hopefully we can get more eyes on just that whole thing.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to push some of your existing content out there and get it in the forefront. So yeah, I'm excited.
But I think that leaves us with the last question, which was pets. So Jelisa,
I need to find.
I don't know if anyone else can. My dog is probably passed out on the couch downstairs, so she's not going to come up here.
She's in couch time. Let's see if she's even like willing.
Yes, let me see if I can grab my pet.
Here, I will turn off my background so you can see my dog. Actually, here, this is my dog. Now my background is my dog. That's my dog asleep on one of my hoodies.
Yeah, no, dog and mama are peaceful on the couch. That they're not moving. They're watching me on TV though. So
see, this is my dog behind me. So oh Mia, hello
Mia. So this is my dog Mia. Oh, can you see her? Oh, we cannot see her. There she goes.
Oh, Sam.
She is a toy Australian Shepherd. She weighs like 11 pounds. She likes licking everything, and that includes me. And yeah, she's pretty loud. So most of the people who have meetings with me have probably heard her barking a lot.
Sam, who is this?
Hey.
This is Charlie. He's about 60 pounds, so he's a little heavy to hold up.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's been so chill.
He was actually outside for a while.
Oh, all right. I hope that satisfies the pets question. I mean, whoa, we lost Sam.
Sam's gone. No.
Charlie cut the feed. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. I guess Sam says bye, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Bye, Sam.
But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out and joining us. We'll get the VOD up on YouTube as soon as we can. Please try out the new adventure. It's going to be dropping tomorrow. And try out dynamic lighting if you haven't before. And if you haven't tried out the updated dynamic lighting, please go try it out. Oh, puppy. Thank you, Jose. That's perfect.
There's Minnie. Oh, and that's Milo. But yeah.
I love that your arm came behind Minnie. That was super fun.
That working now? Yes.
Yeah, let's yay, there's a Sam. Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
All right.
Made into the background. No, not working. Thanks for having me, Bunny.
Yeah, thank you all for coming on. Next month should be fun. I believe TK and Luke are gonna do some fun stuff with the roundtable. We need to decide on the date still, but yes, please hang out. Hashtag Camp Roll2021. Please join us on social media. There's a really interesting story happening with one of the camp counselors on Twitter right now by Marcy. who's been posting via the Roll20 Twitter account. Please check out what she's been up to, because things look a little scary for her right now. And I'm not just plugging it because TK is producing. It's really fun. But yeah, please come hang out. We're gonna have forum threads for spoilers where you can actually share what you're up to, how your adventures go.
And
yeah, come play with us.
Yeah, and if you happen to be new to dynamic lighting, we've got a tutorial from DM Dave as well that will tell you how to do all the things dynamic lighting.
And he uses the new module that the new adventure, the new add-on that was just made too. So like it's,
yeah.
I mean, it's the add-on is set up, but like in case you want to mess around with it yourself. So I expect to see you all Sunday night.
Be there.
Be there, be square.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you another time.
Bye.
Bye.